The Lekki Headmaster themes. 1. Migration and identity, the JAMB syndrome. A central theme is the tension between staying in Nigeria to serve and leaving for a better life abroad. The novel portrays the growing JAMB trend, the mass migration of professionals seeking greener pastures, through Mr. Bipo's personal struggle. His wife and children are settled in the UK, representing the allure of economic security and improved living conditions. Yet Bipo wrestles with abandoning his students and mission. His reflections, especially during visits to historical sites like the Black Heritage Museum in Badagry, draw stark parallels between modern migration and historical displacement, questioning whether leaving equals loss of identity and purpose. 2. Education and leadership. The novel highlights education as a transformative force and positions leadership at the heart of societal progress. Mr. Bipo embodies an ideal educator, committed, disciplined, and student-centered. Through his initiatives like debates, excursions, and the Invention Club, the narrative showcases holistic education that goes beyond exams. Bipo faces systemic challenges, demanding parents, unfair dismissals, and managerial pressures that expose flaws in Nigeria's private school sector. His principled stand against unethical practices and his efforts to uplift students illustrate how leadership rooted in integrity, fairness, and empathy can shape young minds and inspire community trust even amid institutional resistance. 3. Sacrifice and family. Sacrifice is woven through Bipo's internal conflicts and relationships. Although the promise of a better life abroad is strong, Bipo often places his students' welfare above personal ambition. Family pressures, especially from his wife who urges him to migrate, intensify his dilemma. Choosing between family expectations and professional duty represents a broader tension many Nigerians face. How to balance personal comfort with contribution to national development. Bipo's reluctance to abandon his calling, despite financial incentives and easier living conditions overseas, underscores the emotional and ethical cost of such sacrifices and highlights the personal challenges embedded in the pursuit of meaningful impact. 4. Cultural and historical reflection. The novel connects Nigeria's past and present by incorporating excursions to historical and cultural sites like Badagry, Erinjaja Waterfalls, and Black Heritage Museum. These settings expose students and readers to the legacy of slavery, resilience, and cultural heritage. Bipo reflects on how history shapes contemporary identity and attitudes, drawing ironic parallels between historical enslavement and modern migration. This theme fosters national pride and critical awareness, suggesting that understanding one's cultural roots is pivotal in resisting the allure of abandoning one's homeland. It also celebrates Nigeria's natural beauty and heritage as sources of inspiration rather than reasons to escape. 5. Ethics, integrity, and corruption. Ethics and integrity are constant counterpoints to systemic corruption. Through Bipo's decisions, such as rejecting ritualistic practices at a previous school and resisting shortcuts in bureaucratic processes, the narrative critiques moral decay in institutions and society. Corruption appears in various forms: exam malpractice, misuse of school resources, and bureaucratic inefficiencies, highlighting how dishonest practices hinder individual and collective growth. Bipo's unwavering principles serve as a moral benchmark. By juxtaposing integrity with widespread compromise, the novel argues that progress requires moral courage, personal accountability, and resistance to unethical norms.